Now, let us start with the second part of the chapter electrochemistry, that is the measurement of electrode potential. The potential of individual half cell cannot be measured. You can only measure the difference of potential between the two half cells. So, what we will have to do? We will have to arbitrarily choose the potential of one electrode and then that of other can be determined with respect to this. According to the convention, hydrogen electrode represented by Pt stands for platinum / H2 gas / H-ion. It is assigned a zero potential value at all temperatures. This is called standard hydrogen electrode and it is represented by the reaction H ions plus electron to hydrogen. Now, the structure of hydrogen electrode is like this. It is shown in the figure below. Here, it consists of a platinum electrode coated with a platinum black. The electrode is dipped in an acidic solution and pure hydrogen gas is bubbled through it. Hydrogen gas is bubbled at 1 bar pressure and the strength of solution taken in a beaker is 1 molar. So this is your standard hydrogen electrode. In short, it is represented as SHE. Now, if you want to calculate the cell potential, electrode potential of copper, then it is connected with this hydrogen electrode as SHE with salt bridge, then second half cell. Now it is represented as shown in the screen. When you connect the two half cells, that is hydrogen half cell with copper half cell, along with the voltmeter, you can measure the value of EMF from the voltmeter. So whatever the value you get, then using the formula, you can calculate the value of copper as it comes to be 0.34 volts. Similarly, if you want to calculate the electrode potential of zinc, then you are to connect zinc electrode with this hydrogen electrode. From the voltmeter, you can read the value. That will be the EMF of the cell. For hydrogen, the value we know it is 0. So we can very easily calculate the electrode potential of zinc also. So in the similar manner, we can calculate the electrode potentials of different electrodes. These electrode potentials of different electrodes have been put in a tabular manner and this table is called electrochemical series. These electrode potential values are very important and we can extract a lot of information from here. Like, first is you can compare the relative oxidizing and reducing power. From the table, you can check the values. Greater the value of reduction potential, more easily is the substance reduced. Or you can say it will be a stronger oxidizing agent and vice versa. Second, to compare the relative activities of the metal. Now, greater the oxidation potential of the metal, greater will be its reactivity. Third is To calculate the standard EMF of any galvanic cell. For this, we have already studied a formula as reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. Fourth is to predict the spontaneity of a redox reaction. You can predict whether a particular redox reaction is possible or not. When you calculate the EMF, if it comes to be positive, then the reaction will be possible, and if it comes to be negative, then the reaction will be non-spontaneous. Now, you can also calculate the EMF of the cell at any concentration. Up till now, we have calculated the EMF, standard EMF, but now we can calculate the EMF of the cell at any concentration, and that was given to us in Nernst equation. It was given by Nernst. Here we have taken a general equation A moles of A plus B moles of B changed to C moles of C plus D moles of D. For this general reaction, you can calculate EMF at any concentration. That will be equal to standard EMF of the cell minus RT upon NF natural log of Q. Q is concentration quotient that you have already studied in the chapter of equilibrium in class 11th. For this particular reaction, Q will be equal to active mass of C raised to power number of moles of C into active mass of D raised to power number of moles of D upon active mass of A raised to power number of moles of A into active mass of B raised to power number of moles of B. If we take a specific reaction Zn plus Cu plus 2 changes to Zn plus 2 plus Cu, then you can write the formula as EMF at any concentration will be equal to standard EMF minus 2.303 RT upon 2. What is 2 here? 2 is number of electrons lost or gained. Now in this reaction, zinc will lose 2 electrons to change into zinc ions. Copper ions will gain 2 electrons to change into copper. So it will be minus 2.303 RT upon 2F log of zinc ions upon concentration of copper ions. Now 2.303 is a number, R gas constant, T if it is 298 Kelvin, F Faraday we know the value to be 96500. So by putting all these values, we can reduce the reaction to EMF of the cell will be equal to standard EMF minus 0.059 upon N number of electrons log of active mass of zinc ions upon active mass of copper ions. Now the relation between EMF and equilibrium constant. If the equilibrium has achieved, then in place of QC we can write Kc, though the relation is same, that is active mass of zinc ions upon active mass of copper ion. But at equilibrium the EMF of the cell will become 0. So the relation changes to standard EMF will be equal to 2.303 RT upon NF log of zinc ions upon copper ions, or E naught of cell will be equal to 0.059 upon N log QC. So if there is a numerical, you can calculate Kc if EMF is given, and you can calculate EMF if Kc is given. Similarly, you can relate EMF with Gibbs energy also. For this, the relation is delta G will be equal to minus NF E naught, where N is Number of electrons lost or gained. F again Faraday 96500 and E is EMF. If the concentration of all the reacting species is taken to be 1, then E changes to E naught, then we will have delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught. Now hope you will try some numericals based upon these formulae. I know it will take time. You will have to do lot of practice for the numericals on all these formulae. But still, if you find any difficulty, please be free to contact me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you.